Georgia. Out in Wisconsin, we're seeing the devastating and deadly consequences of the extreme left's anti-law enforcement, pro-criminal agenda. There's no other way to say it. Make no mistake, the parade attack in Wisconsin is the direct result of weak bail policies that allow violent criminals out on the street with no consequences and no accountability. And tonight, we're learning even more about Milwaukee's far-left district attorney, John Chisholm, and his office's efforts to set astronomically low bail for some of the most violent actors. Because the suspect in the Waukesha, Wisconsin parade massacre, Darrell Brooks Jr., he's a career criminal who had an active warrant for skipping bail on a sex crime charge in Nevada and was released on just $1,000 bail in Wisconsin after being arrested for allegedly punching the mother of his child, one of many charges on his rap sheet. But that didn't stop far-left prosecutors from letting him back out on the street, where just days later, he mowed down dozens at a Christmas parade, killing 6, including young children, according to authorities. And the deaths now include 8-year-old Jackson Sparks, who underwent brain surgery but died from his injuries yesterday. We continue to pray for the victims and their families, seemingly senseless. But get this. Despite the undeniable failures of these far-left bail policies, the extreme socialist left, they're doubling down. Just listen to a self-described BLM militant in Milwaukee claiming that the attack, it's actually the sign of a revolution to come. Watch.
We may have to wait and see what they say about why this happened. But it sounds quite possible that the revolution has started in Wisconsin, starting with this Christmas parade. The initial person who reached out to me said that they believe that this has to do with the verdict.
Wrong about literally everything he just said. But what exactly did he mean by that? What kind of revolution is he calling for? He hasn't clarified that statement after being asked by the Fox News channel. But it's not difficult to infer. BLM national leadership has made their affinity for Marxism very clear. Any so-called revolution that starts with mowing down innocent and defenseless kids and elderly people at a Christmas parade is sheer evil. But even in the aftermath of this tragedy, the White House is refusing to back down from their destructive and dangerous push to end cash bail, with one White House official telling Fox News, and I quote, "Ending cash bail will not automatically put people charged with crimes on the streets." Oh, thank you very much for that poignant clarification. Just the latest word salad deception from the Biden-Harris team. And don't forget, it was Harris herself who in 2020 promoted a fund to bail out violent rioters in Minneapolis while buildings were still smoldering. So tonight, ask yourself, is there any policy, sincere question, any policy being pushed by the far left that actually improves the lives of middle and working class Americans? Can you name a single one? Literally just one. Abolish police, abolish prisons, open borders, end cash bail. Who is this helping other than brazen criminals? And of course, their unquestioning allies in the media continue to enable and amplify this reckless radicalism. For example, just look at this tweet from the New York Times. Consider the source. Quote, "The grief in Waukesha, Wisconsin had been concentrated on the loss of 5 adults after an SUV barreled through a Christmas parade on Sunday. But the close-knit Milwaukee suburb is also reeling from the toll on children," end quote. So I guess, according to the Times, that SUV just drove itself. But the media malpractice, it doesn't stop there. Just imagine if it was the other way around. Because after a wave of shoplifting by brazen criminals out in Northern California, members of the media, so-called, they don't even want us to use the term looting anymore. Just look at this headline from an ABC7 article in the Bay Area. Quote, "Experts, always the experts caution use of looting," in quotes, in describing rash of Bay Area smash and grabs. Don't believe your lying eyes. It's mostly peaceful shoplifting after all. Don't forget, this is all the natural consequence of the left's normalization of criminality and property damage. What's next? Calling statue destruction community revitalization? But of course, former President Trump, he warned us this would happen. Removing statues of Thomas Jefferson happened just right here in New York City just this week. And other statues all across America. He said it wouldn't stop with Confederate statues. It would go all the way to our founders. He's right. This is all fruit of the same poisonous tree and part of a larger plan to destroy America as we know it, to tear down our most sacred institutions, to tear down America's sense of patriotism, to tear down our sense of sovereignty, and to tear down the values that make this country the greatest in the world. Values like freedom of speech, the free enterprise system, and basic law and order. Their ultimate goal? To destroy and demoralize everyday Americans, and to try to force compliance with an agenda hell-bent on turning their far-left fantasies into reality. But we have some good news as well. Common-sense Americans all across America are standing up. I meet them on many mornings on Fox and Friends. They're standing up for patriotism. They're standing up for prosperity. They're standing up for property. And they're standing up for the vision of our founding fathers.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.